Hey guys, welcome back to another Adrian Graphics and Marketing video. I'm Adrian Boycell, and today we're going to talk about part 3 of our series that we've been doing about capital, the capital of your business and the pillars that you need to be focused on. Week 1 was human capital, last week was intellectual capital, and now number 3, as promised, is financial capital. So without further ado, we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. All right guys, welcome back to another Adrian Graphics and Marketing video. If you could please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and introduce yourself in the comments, I would really appreciate it. As you know, I've been doing these videos for a long time, and my goal is to help entrepreneurs, especially creatives, get growth in their business. And with this knowledge that I'm sharing here, this is gonna help you with your business operations, your business planning, and it's gonna help you put gasoline on the fire of your business to help it continue to grow. And so you already probably have momentum, or maybe you don't have momentum and you're trying to build momentum. Having these principles in your mind and understanding where you need to be with your business is super important. So if you missed those first 2 videos, you need to go back and watch those because those are very important. And this one is actually one of the areas that I don't personally enjoy myself. It's not an area of my expertise in terms of being able to do this on a daily basis, but I hire experts who are better at this than I am. And so that's what we're going to focus on in this video today, is your financial capital. And for me, I keep it very simple, and I don't want to make it complicated or confusing for you. And we're going to try to stay out of the weeds of the numbers themselves, but it's very important that you know your numbers. So I'm going to write that here at the top of the board. Know your numbers. If you're a business owner and you don't know your numbers, you are never going to be able to grow and scale your business the way you want to, knowing how much does it cost you to get a client? How much does it cost you to keep a client? How much does it cost you for a salesperson or for an employee? How much does it cost you on every sale you make in taxes? Being able to understand all these numbers of your business can be daunting for many people, and so most people just avoid it because of a lack of experience or lack of knowledge. And so today we're going to talk a little bit about that and why these things are so important. As a business owner, there are certain things that you should know. Number 1 is you need to be understanding that you got to keep track of your expenses and your profit on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, and on a yearly basis. Being able to understand where you fall in those areas is really important. As a business owner, you want to know, okay, how much money did I generate this month, but how much did I actually make? Because as important as it is, some people say, oh, I made $100,000 this month. Yeah, but you didn't make $100,000. How much did you actually keep? And it's not much how much you make, but it's how much you keep. And so if you made $100,000, but it cost you $110,000, you didn't make any money. You lost 10 grand, right? So that's really important that you know these numbers so that you can prevent losing money or burning money, especially now that some of these things are coming out, like the PPP program or the SBA loan, the EIDL SBA loan. So it's important to know what your expenses are every single month. It's important to know where you're at every single quarter, and it's important to be able to look at all of it through a P&L, a profit and loss statement for the entire year, and to see where you're at. And then you'll also have what's called a balance sheet. So these are all very important things, and if you don't have a pen and paper, I would really suggest that you get that and write these things down. So you have your P&Ls, I'll write this down on here, and you have your balance sheet. These are very important pieces to your business that you need to have your eye on. And if you're not good with numbers like I am, then you need to bring in a CPA. And so that leads me actually to the second part of all this, is hiring somebody. And there's going to be 3 parts to this video if I didn't make that clear. So hiring somebody like a CPA, like a bookkeeper, that's really important, a bookkeeper, or an accountant. And an accountant is very similar to a CPA. It's basically a certified public accountant, but your bookkeeper is going to help you keep track of all your expenses on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And then your accountant's going to help you do your filings quarterly. And then he's also going to help you do your taxes yearly. So the accountant typically, in most situations, will do your taxes for you, where a bookkeeper is just going to keep track of your expenses, your costs, your invoices that are coming in, all the payments that you're taking. They're going to manage all of that for you, and then you're going to be able to pass all that information over to an accountant. So that's number 2, something that you need to do. If you're not good at this is not your expertise, you cannot ignore this in your business, or this will take you down. It doesn't matter how talented you are, how great your service is, if you don't have your numbers in order and you don't know your numbers and you don't have your projections right, this can cost you. One little mistake can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. It's done it for me. I had to pay fines and penalties and late fees and all kinds of things. So I want to make sure that you guys have that knowledge in this video, that you want to avoid those things by just paying somebody. I mean, a bookkeeper you can get for $150 to $200 a month, and an accountant's going to charge you anywhere on the low side of $500 and as high as $1,500 a year to do your taxes and to prep everything and get you your P&L. So it's a cost of doing business. You can roll that into your costs of what you sell your customers for. You need to add that up in there as well as your taxes. Those are other important things. But this is a really, really important part of your business that you've got to have in place, is having somebody to manage your expenses, your taxes, your accounting, all these things. Okay, and then the third part is, once you've done that and you have all this on a business plan, what I want you to be able to do is take the intellectual, take the human, and take the financial, wrap all of that information that you've got into a business plan, and then take that business plan and pitch it to a bank to get a loan, pitch it to an investor. That could be a regular investor like Shark Tank, or somebody that's kind of behind the scenes, or it could be an angel investor, somebody that's just out there to try to do good in the world. Or you can get a line of credit, and there's companies like Cabbage, there's companies like On Deck, there's a bunch of different people that do lines of credit versus loans. You want to understand the difference between lines and loans. They're just totally different. One was taxed on a monthly basis, and the other one's taxed on an annual basis. And so it's actually really effective for a business owner if you're going to be able to pay that money back quickly to do lines versus doing a loan, because if you take out a big loan over a long period of time, that's going to end up costing you a ton of money, even at the low interest rates. So these are all really important things. Number one is being able to know your numbers and being able to know them on a monthly, quarterly, and yearly basis. Number two is having your profit and loss with a bookkeeper and your balance sheet. I didn't write that on there. Your balance sheet, and having a bookkeeper, a CPA, and an accountant in your business managing that stuff for you, unless you're a financial expert. And then number three is having yourself ready to be able to go get investors, loans, and lines so that you can continue to grow your business, because you're going to reach that point where you're going to need an injection of capital into your business to scale. Most companies need to scale, unless you're like a Russell Brunson with ClickFunnels, where you have so many customers coming in that you don't need that investment capital. Most businesses are going to need some sort of cash infusion for the business, and unless you got a rich uncle somewhere, they're going to want to see that you know your numbers and that you have all those numbers documented so they can see the potential profits and the return on investment they're going to make by investing. So this is an important video on the financial capital of your business that I wanted to share with you guys. I know this is a lot of information, so you may want to go back and watch it a second time, but I hope it helps. I hope this gives you a little bit better of an understanding, because this is something I'm really working on in my business. I got an accountant, I got a bookkeeper, I got the CPA, I got all of it, and it's really made a big difference on my business just in the last couple of years since I implemented this. Just knowing what my profit margin is. If I sell a project for $3,000 a month, how much do I have left in profit? You got to know that number. You got to be able to spit that out as somebody asks, especially if you're a graphic designer. Our profit margins are really high. I remember at one time I had like an 86% profit margin. Obviously that's dropped a lot because I got the cost of doing videos, I got the office space, I got a team. So that profit margin has gone down, but I'm doing a lot higher volume than I did when I was by myself. So these are all important elements that you need to understand. I hope this video was really, really helpful to you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and drop a comment. What area of these three things was best for you? What was the most insightful for you? And what area in your business are you struggling with? Drop a comment down below. I want to hear from you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. And as always, keep looking up.